At a time when its rivals are trimming back on their two-door lineups, Mercedes-Benz is doubling down on coupes. The automaker has more two-door models than any other luxury brand. "We pride ourselves on having the broadest product offering in the luxury market. That's true for the core segments, but I think that's true for the relevant niches like coupes too," says Bernie Glazer, General Manager of Product Management. And the coupe market is an attractive one because the buyers are loyal. They don't buy SUVs, they want their stylish coupe. Yes, Mercedes-Benz is clearly a coupe specialist, and much of that comes from a long tradition of crafting some of the world's most comfortable, chic and stylish personal luxury machines. Look no further than the current S-Class Coupe. It's stunning. And as it turns out, those good genes have been passed down to its younger brother, the new 7th generation E400 Coupe. The new E400 is one exceedingly handsome coupe. It's perhaps the best-looking E-Class two-door since the W124 model of 1987 to 1996. But unlike that model, this new one shares little sheet metal with other E-Class models. Okay, yes, the headlights and grille are similar to the sedan and wagon, but just about everything else is a clean sheet rethink. Mercedes even ditched the front fenders from the E-Class sedan and wagon. Why? It has a deep crease that runs down the side of the panel and sharp lines are like, so 2016. Glazer says this car signals a new design direction for the brand, one without an overload of lines and folds in the metal. It all works very well. Mercedes-Benz wraps the E400's metal around the current E-Class chassis. Compared to the E300 sedan, the E400 Coupe is nearly 4 inches shorter overall and rides on a wheelbase that's been trimmed by 2.6. However, when parked next to the last E-Coupe, which was based on the old C-Class architecture, this one is much larger. And that means interior space has expanded to create more room for passengers and their stuff. Rear seat legroom is particularly generous. Mercedes-Benz says there's actually more space back there than the S-Class Coupe. "My full-size American adult frame has plenty of leg and headroom sitting behind a 6'4" colleague in the front seat. Those in the back seat are treated to a panoramic view thanks to the standard glass sunroof and pillarless side windows. Anytime an automaker removes a portion of the roof, in this case, the B-pillar, it means the structure needs to be shored up. To help bake rigidity back into the chassis and to make the platform stiff enough for the upcoming cabriolet, Glazer says engineers added additional bracing around the car, most critical of which is a lateral crossbeam that wraps underneath the middle of the car where the B-pillar would be. At different points, you have key reinforcements, additional high-strength steel which is welded into the underbody, says Glazer. For instance, where the transmission sits there's an additional reinforcement to counterbalance what you lose from not having that B-pillar. The E400 sits slightly lower than the sedan and when fitted with a standard steel spring suspension receives selective dampers that adapt to road conditions. Mercedes-Benz's air body control air suspension is a $1,900 option and provides unique height and firmness settings for comfort, sport and sport plus modes. And there's even an extended height level for traversing rough roads or trudging through deep snow. Speaking of foul weather, the E400 Coupe can once again be optioned with 4MATIC all-wheel drive. Mercedes didn't confirm a curb weight for the Coupe, but Glazer says it's likely heavier than the sedan, which has a base curb weight of 3,792 pounds. Under the new E400's power-domed hood is the same 329 horsepower 3.0-liter twin-turbo V6 from the current E400 Coupe. However, Mercedes-Benz now mates the V6 to the company's 9-speed automatic up 2 gears over the old car. and that will likely boost fuel economy slightly past 20 mpg city and 29 mpg highway rating of the 2017 Coupe. Mercedes didn't talk about a more potent offering, so if you want a more powerful E-Class Coupe right now, better snag an outgoing 2017 E550. Or wait for the inevitable AMG model. The execution. Design is perhaps the most important element of a luxury coupe. And viewed from any angle, the new E-Class is really a leap ahead of the last one. It has wide, almost Porsche 911-like hips and a greenhouse that's both flatter and more flattering. The previous coupe's roofline had a rounder appearance that always looked a little off. This new one is sleeker, seems more grown-up and has serious presence on the road. Slide inside and the stylish, forward-looking interior of the E-Class sedan is no less impressive in the E400 Coupe. The leap in technology and appearance over the outgoing coupe is so great, it's almost like skipping ahead a generation. Those optional dual 12.3-inch displays are easy on the eyes, and easy to use too. The same goes for the rest of the furnishings, with gorgeous wood veneers and soft leather. So what sets the coupe interior apart from the sedan and wagon? The E400 uses new turbine-style air vents. They remind us of some very cool, very deep-dish alloy wheels. The turbocharged V6 fits the personality of this car well. It's largely hushed at any RPM level, never raising its voice above a mellow growl thanks to the wide ratio spread of the 9-speed. The 329 horsepower V6 has enough motor to push the E400 to 60 mph in 5.5 seconds, 5.2 seconds on 4MATIC models. That's not slow. But honestly, this is not an engine that encourages frisky behavior. And its output is only average compared to other engines its size. This Mercedes-Benz 3.0-liter produces only 4 horsepower more than Ford's 2.7 EcoBoost V6. And for 2018, Ford's small V6 cranks out 46 more lb-ft of torque. Why does a smaller displacement pickup truck engine outmuscle a Mercedes-Benz motor? Put all the windows down and open that panoramic sunroof as we did on our drive through the sheer mountain roads surrounding Whistler in British Columbia, Canada, and the experience is downright invigorating and fun. It's also chilly, even in June. But we were cozy thanks to heat from the steering wheel, seats and the armrests. An E400 riding on steel springs and the adaptive dampers does an excellent job of pampering the driver and providing enough body control to hustle it along these mountain roads. However, we'd spend the money on the air suspension. It provides a wider breadth of both cushiness and capability. Click over to comfort mode and the ride is creamy. The setting really pairs well with this car's mission. Sport mode is probably as far as any E400 owner will want to go, sharpening the car's responses and waking up that 9-speed transmission without making the suspension harsh. Sport Plus is a little too aggressive with its instantaneous throttle response, gear selection and suspension firmness. Even if you plan to chase the sports cars in the canyons, sport is plenty. That's just not what this car is about. This coupe is a comfortable cruiser, says Glazer. It's not meant to be a super sporty corner carver. Mercedes-Benz has plenty of hot-blooded machines that can fulfill that role. The takeaway: the new E400 is one smooth coupe, but style rarely comes without a price. The new E400 starts at $59,895, which is almost $4,500 more than the 2017 Coupe. Mercedes-Benz does add a long list of standard equipment to that sticker, including a 12.3-inch widescreen navigation display, a leather interior with top stitching on the dashboard, LED headlights and tail lamps and more. But like most cars in this price class, the list of luxurious and technical options runs deep. And before you plunk down the dough for a majority of those goodies, realize the price tag can easily nudge $90,000. Now, the E400 is lovely, but at that price, it's approaching S-Class money. An S550 4MATIC Coupe starts at $123,000. So unless your index fund is overperforming and your bank accounts are flush, it's probably best to go easy on those E-Class options.